Hello Russell, how are you? Hey everybody, it's Bob from TNT Customs and it's TNT Tuesday. You can see we got nice blue skies. There's a little cloud over there, but a few over there. Got nice blue skies in Wyoming today. So I didn't know what to talk about, so I thought winter projects was a good idea. My glasses are dark now and I can't see a damn thing. I'll turn it around. So there is my M715. It's been sitting here a little while. As evidenced by the junk piled around it. But if all goes well, this winter it'll get in the shop and we'll start putting it back together and get it on the road for next year. Current plans, well, let's talk about the Jeep a little bit. It's a 68 Kaiser M715. For those of you that don't know what an M715 is, it was a vehicle crafted by the U.S. Army midway through Vietnam. They needed a troop carrier that was a little lighter than a deuce and a half. First time we as a nation faced warfare in heavy jungle, rice paddies, all of that sort of business, and the deuce and a halves, go figure, didn't fare so well. So it was a kind of a rapid production vehicle. Kaiser already had the Gladiator out, their half, 3/4, and 1-ton pickup. Army put their spin on it and used a lot of civilian parts, but there's a few unique features to the M715. The fenders with the big, let me flip that around again. Fenders with the big round openings so they could clear, what are they? That 916, which by today's standards and measurements is a 36-inch tire, give or take a little. Another unique feature to the M715 is the fold-down windshield frame. They needed that to be able to fit them on the aircraft of the day. They had height clearance problems, so they spec'd a fold-down windshield so they could get it on an airplane. In the back, the wood slats, you can see the side rack is partially folded on this side. That was the bench seat for the troops. So we'll be keeping this one semi-original. The body is in really great shape. A little background on this particular truck. It was a Navy cream puff. So it spent its whole life at the port of San Diego. Active duty till, I don't know, I can't trace it down 100%, but into the late 70s, it looks like, early 80s. And then the Naval Reserve there at the Port of San Diego took it on, and they ran it for a lot of years. And then when it finally got retired from military service and moved over to the civilian world via an auction, best I can find, it was sold to a rancher in Durango, and it lived a long time on the ranch. Not sure what happened there. The rancher passed, decided he didn't need it. I don't really know. Then it was bought by a fella in Farmington, New Mexico, where I found it. He took it at that point in its life. It was not in great running order. You know, typical ranchers just kind of start them and drive them and don't maintain very well sometimes. That was the case with this one. That fella in Farmington bought it, and then him and his buddies determined that it was fuel system related, so they tore the carburetor apart, and I'm sure 30 some years worth of gunk and grime. So then they determined that the fuel tank was probably as bad. They pulled the tank out of it, sent the tank in for acid wash and reseal, and that's where she stopped. 5-6 years after that happened, of it just sitting, whatever the case may be, that guy put it up for sale, and I happened to be in the right place at the right time. On Facebook anyway, it was a Facebook marketplace ad I saw. Called the guy instantly and made the deal over the phone. Sent my buddy Jack, a longtime customer. He lives in Farmington. He went down and looked at it before we transferred any money around, and then Jack said it was a very solid unit. So we bought it sight unseen, sight unseen. Jack obviously saw it, and then Jack and I worked out a deal. Jack stored it at his place for a little while. Jack runs a trucking company in the oil field service industry, so he had an empty trailer headed to North Dakota to retrieve some gear, so he brought it up to me. It's been sitting here for 3 years, I guess, but we've slowly been collecting pieces, so that's hopefully a winter project. What are you guys thinking? I know it's August, it's 92 freaking degrees out here today. I'm hot, but I had snow on my mind. I'm trying to mentally cool off. So that's where today's live comes from, is winter projects. Anybody got any winter projects they're planning on doing? It's not that far away, at least here, you know. It is the 17th of August. Things will be happening in that department before we know it. I mean, we've seen snow as early as mid-September around here, so really a month away. So what are you thinking for winter projects? That's one of ours. Megalander's probably going to get a few updates this winter after our fall adventure in October. We're kind of out of time for doing anything major to that truck. We just doing maintenance. You saw on our social the other day we posted we got new shoes. Switched over to the Toyo brand tire on that truck. Really like the Maxxis that was on it, but they're just not heavy enough rated for that beast. It's a fairly heavy unit, and we ate those tires up pretty quick. So Toyo is proven on 3/4 and 1 ton trucks, so we switched over to the Toyos on it. Pretty run-of-the-mill. Tore the trail-ready beadlocks down. Got the Maxxis off, dropped the Toyos on, put them back together, and no balancing, no fuss, no muss, 80 miles an hour, no shake. So buying quality wheels and quality tires, and we've had pretty good luck with that. So we'll get Megalander ready for our trip to the UP of Michigan in mid-September. Next couple of weekends I'll be switching things over, getting the shell off of it and the tent rack on, and start putting things together for that. Yeller's in pretty good shape. Haven't really had a need to use it, so it's just kind of been sitting in the garage. Ready to go. Now you can hear the guys here in the background. We got a Gladiator in over at Manufacturing and Line X. Let me show you that one. Putting our front bumper and installing a winch today. We did the Expedition Series sliders on this one a couple weeks ago. Fella's really tickled with it and brought it back so we can put our front bumper and winch assembly, worn of course. So Jason's down here kind of working through lunch. As soon as I get off this deal, I'll be helping him. I'm going to take the factory plastic, rubber, soft, whatever you want to call it, bumper off and put our Adventure Series bumper on. So he's already started disassembling. So we'll get that on here this afternoon. I can't see it, hang on. There we go. So that's one of our projects today. Sean and the boys over at the Jeep shop are working on the SEMA truck, the big Dodge. You guys have seen that in the background. Sean's fabricating an all aluminum tonneau cover. Our new guy Eric is just working through a bunch of little projects. Did a hydraulic clutch slave and master cylinder on a Jeep that was brought to us from Laramie. Got a LS conversion, NV4500, Dynatrac Pro Rock 60s in both ends, but his slave and master were not functioning correctly, so they're working on getting that back up to speed for the fella. Other than that, we're just plugging along here. Like I said, Jason's working through his lunch hour to help me get this bumper on as soon as I get done here. They're cranking out parts in the back. Trying to get orders filled. So, speaking of orders filled, let me see if I can see it. There it is. TJ Guardian sliders just came out of the powder booth. There's a set of JL Adventure Series sliders back here. So those will go on later this week. What do we got over here? Oh, we got goodie pile for Brian at Carolina Metal Masters. There's the Expedition Series sliders. They're all wrapped up and started to be palletized. Doing some custom powder coating over here this afternoon. Motorcycle frame and rear spring. Here's some goodies. I think we're the only ones that still make scrambler corners. So there's a set of scrambler corner blanks. Oh, and the UPS guy is not gonna like them. They are heavy. But we're the only ones that still make them. We can make them blanks. We can do standard issue, kind of whatever you want. There's a set of JK two-door aluminum corners waiting to go to Nitro Gear and Axle for their build. If you're watching Jeremy or any of your guys are, I'm trying. We got corners are done. Sliders are on the brake today. Should be starting to weld them up next day or so. So we're trying to get through the pile. So got another set of scrambler corners back here in manufacturing. These are waiting to go to weld. That's a traditional set of scrambler corners. Looks like stock taillights. Jake will be putting the flares on them today or tomorrow so we can get them out of here. We got to build that's a big order, full armor, fenders, sliders, and corners. So we'll get the corners done first because they got to go on the pallet first. And everything else kind of nestles around the corners. Yes, I said pallet. If you're going to order scrambler armor, we ship them on a pallet truck freight. They're just too big and for normal UPS channels. Other than that, I don't know a whole lot. Oh, one last thing I didn't mention yet. What is today? 18, right? Yeah, 18. So Thursday, which is the 20th, Mary and I get to do another annual thing. This year is 33. So happy anniversary to Mary. It's been 33 years from broke. There it comes. I'm sorry, I'm in a bad part of the shop. So 33 years on Thursday. Happily married. As I always kid her, that's shouldn't do math in public. 241 dog years. I always get in trouble for that, but you know. So that's kind of the rest of what's going on around here. So with that, I think I'll sign off. Post in the comments, what's your winter project? Let me know if we can help in any way. Got room in the Jeep shop if you need a big project. We got parts we can ship. If you're gonna DIY it, just let us know what you need and we're here to help. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week on TNT Tuesday.